The Cosby Show remains one of the most iconic family sitcoms in television history, cherished for its humor, heart, and memorable characters. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the iconic cast of The Cosby Show, revealing their real names, ages when they joined the series, and the meaningful paths their lives took beyond the screen. We'll also pay tribute to those we've lost, honoring their lasting legacy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Cosby Show memories in the comments below. Let's revisit the laughter, the love, and the groundbreaking legacy of one of television's most cherished families. Clarice Taylor was born on September 20th, 1917, in Buckingham County, Virginia, and spent much of her life proving quiet strength could shape lasting legacies. She was 66 years old when she first portrayed the wise and no-nonsense grandmother whose presence grounded generations. But behind her calm dignity was a lifetime of perseverance. Raised in Harlem by a post office clerk father, Clarice found few open doors in an industry slow to embrace black actresses. She worked as a postmistress and hospital staffer before turning to acting full-time in her 40s, long after most would have given up. Her voice carried the weight of lived experience, molded through years with the Negro Ensemble Company and Broadway roles that paid little but taught much. Though she later found national recognition, Clarice never chased celebrity. She valued purpose over fame, community over spotlight. On May 30th, 2011, she passed away from heart failure at 93. Her legacy isn't measured in awards, but in the quiet power of a woman who never stopped standing tall. Earl Hyman was born on October 11, 1926, in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, but it was on the stages of New York and London that his voice first echoed with gravity and grace. He was 58 years old when he portrayed the proud, dignified father figure audiences grew to love, offering wisdom shaped not by script alone, but by decades of Shakespearean discipline. A classically trained actor, Hyman spent much of his early career in theater, often finding more respect abroad than at home. He became a staple of the Norwegian National Theatre, even speaking the language fluently, and remained quietly committed to the art of storytelling. Though his screen time was limited, his impact was lasting. Hyman never married, choosing instead a life centered around creativity and deep friendships. Off-screen, he was introspective, cultured, and protective of his privacy. On November 17, 2017, he passed away at the age of 91. With a legacy spanning continents and generations, Earl Hyman stood as a rare kind of actor, measured, majestic, and unforgettable. Michelle Thomas was born on September 23, 1968, in Brookline, Massachusetts, and carried sunshine into every room she entered. She was just 22 when she brought to life a character full of charm, confidence, and quick-wit qualities that mirrored her own spirit. Raised in a musical family, her father, Dennis Thomas, was a founding member of Kool the Gang. Michelle grew up with rhythm in her soul and faith in her heart. Though she was best known for her bright smile and comedic timing, her personal life was marked by quiet battles. In 1997, she was diagnosed with a rare form of stomach cancer. She fought bravely, keeping her illness private while continuing to work and inspire others with her grace. Even in her final days, she refused pain medication to remain alert and connected with loved ones. Michelle passed away on December 23, 1998, at just 30 years old. Her death stunned fans and co-stars alike, but her light remains a reminder of beauty, talent, and a life taken far too soon. Merlin Santana was born on March 14, 1976, in New York City to Dominican parents, and began acting as a child to help support his family. He was just 15 when he charmed audiences with his confident smile and magnetic presence, bringing streetwise wit and quiet vulnerability to every role he played. A rising star in the 1990s, Merlin appeared in hit shows and music videos, always seeming destined for more. But behind the scenes, he was focused and humble, determined to build something lasting from his early success. Tragically, his life was cut short on November 9, 2002, when he was shot and killed in Los Angeles at just 26 years old. The attack, sparked by a false accusation and jealousy, stunned Hollywood and robbed a generation of a promising talent. Though his time was brief, Merlin left behind a legacy of strength, charisma, and unfulfilled potential, a reminder of how quickly bright lights can be extinguished and how deeply they are missed. Roscoe Lee Browne was born on May 2, 1922, in Woodbury, New Jersey, and carried himself with a presence that commanded attention without ever raising his voice. A former track star turned Shakespearean actor, he didn't begin acting professionally until his 30s, but once he did, his deep, eloquent voice and regal bearing set him apart. He was 63 when he portrayed a wise, sharp-tongued figure whose authority felt effortless, drawn from years on stage and screen. Roscoe often broke barriers for black actors, choosing roles that reflected intellect, dignity, and self-respect. Off-screen, he was philosophical, intensely private, and deeply committed to his craft. He never married and lived quietly, focused on poetry, theater, and the pursuit of excellence. Despite industry racism, he never wavered in his pride or poise. On April 11, 2007, he passed away from cancer at the age of 84. Though never a household name, Roscoe Lee Browne left behind a legacy of timeless grace, reminding us that true power often speaks softly and leaves a lasting echo. Ethel Ayler was born on May 1, 1930, in Whistler, Alabama, and brought a quiet elegance to every role she touched. Trained at Fisk University and later in New York, she made her Broadway debut in the 1950s, performing in productions that challenged both racial boundaries and artistic expectations. She was 54 when she portrayed a refined, no-nonsense matriarch whose strength came not from volume, but from presence. Though often cast in supporting roles, Ethel infused each character with wisdom, warmth, and quiet steel. She never chased celebrity. Instead, she built a legacy of integrity, letting her work speak for itself. Off-screen, she lived modestly, valuing privacy and discipline over fame. Her performances carried the weight of lived experience, shaped by a life of resilience and dignity. On November 18, 2018, she passed away in Los Angeles at the age of 88. Though rarely in the spotlight, Ethel Ayler's legacy endures, a reminder that grace, consistency, and quiet excellence can leave the deepest impact. Bill Cosby gained widespread acclaim for his portrayal of a witty, compassionate, and charismatic father figure who brought humor and warmth to every scene. He was 47 years old when he took on the role in 1984, already a well-known comedian and television star. Born on July 12, 1937, he is now 88 years old. Before this iconic role, he had broken barriers in the 1960s as one of the first black actors to lead a dramatic series, and had already made a name through stand-up, variety shows, and educational programming. His character became a symbol of positive black fatherhood, blending comedy with thoughtful life lessons. While his earlier contributions to entertainment were groundbreaking, his legacy has been deeply complicated by later legal issues and public controversy. Despite the fall from grace, his influence on television history remains undeniable, especially in shaping how family and identity were portrayed on screen during a pivotal era in American pop culture. Phylicia Rashad brought elegance, intelligence, and unwavering strength to her role as a loving wife and accomplished professional, becoming an enduring symbol of grace and dignity on television. She was 36 years old when she first stepped into the role in 1984. Born on June 19, 1948, she is now 77 years old. Before her rise to national prominence, she had already built a strong foundation in theater, especially on Broadway, where her commanding presence and refined voice earned widespread praise. Her performance resonated deeply, offering a rare portrayal of a confident, nurturing black woman balancing career and family life with wisdom and humor. Beyond the screen, she has continued to influence the arts as a director, mentor, and educator, eventually becoming Dean of the College of Fine Arts at Howard University. Her legacy extends far beyond a single character. She remains a respected figure in both entertainment and education, admired for her poise, intellect, and lasting impact. Lisa Bonet captured attention with her portrayal of a free-spirited, artistic young woman whose individuality and quiet confidence stood out in every scene. She was just 16 years old when she began the role in 1984, bringing a unique blend of charm and introspection that made her character instantly memorable. Born on November 16, 1967, she is now 57 years old. Her distinctive style and magnetic screen presence quickly made her a cultural icon, admired for breaking the mold of typical teen characters at the time. After her breakout success, she went on to star in both television and film, often choosing roles that reflected her eclectic and thoughtful personality. Known for her fiercely private nature, she has maintained a low profile in Hollywood while remaining a respected and influential figure. Her career has always reflected authenticity over fame, and she continues to be celebrated for her lasting impact on a generation that saw strength in subtlety and individuality. Malcolm-Jamal Warner brought depth, wit, and emotional nuance to his role as a thoughtful and relatable teenager navigating life, family, and growing up. He was only 14 years old when he began filming in 1984, and his natural talent quickly made him one of the most recognizable young faces on television. Born on August 18, 1970, he is now 54 years old. His performance was praised for portraying a positive and intelligent black youth during a time when such representations were rare on screen. Beyond his early success, Warner developed a well-rounded career as an actor, director, musician, and spoken word artist. He has appeared in numerous television dramas and has earned accolades, including an Emmy Award. Known for his thoughtful approach to both art and life, he has remained active in creative circles, often taking on roles that reflect his growth and maturity. His career stands as a testament to longevity, talent, and the power of a grounded, evolving presence in the entertainment world. Keshia Pulliam charmed audiences with her portrayal of a precocious, lovable youngest daughter whose wit and sweetness lit up every scene. She was just 5 years old when she began filming in 1984, making her one of the youngest actors ever nominated for an Emmy Award. Born on April 9, 1979, she is now 46 years old. Her natural comedic timing and expressive personality made her an instant fan favorite, and she became one of the most iconic child stars of the era. After growing up in the spotlight, she pursued higher education, graduating from Spelman College with a degree in sociology. She later returned to acting, taking on roles in film and television, and also became a producer and advocate for women's empowerment. Known for her grounded demeanor and positive public image, she has gracefully transitioned from child star to respected adult figure in the industry. Her early role left a lasting impression, and her continued work reflects resilience, intelligence, and a passion for meaningful storytelling. Raven-Symoné joined the cast as a bright, energetic toddler whose charm and sharp comedic instincts quickly won over audiences. She was just 3 years old when she began appearing in the final seasons, bringing surprising maturity and humor well beyond her years. Born on December 10, 1985, she is now 39 years old. Though she entered the show as its youngest addition, her charisma stood out immediately, laying the foundation for a successful career in entertainment. After her early television debut, she went on to become a major Disney Channel star and household name, headlining her own hit series and branching into music, voice acting, and hosting. Known for her bold personality and creative versatility, she has remained in the public eye while continuing to evolve both personally and professionally. Over the years, she has spoken openly about identity, self-expression, and the challenges of growing up in the spotlight. Her journey reflects a rare blend of childhood stardom, reinvention, and staying power across decades. Tempestt Bledsoe portrayed a sensible, independent, and grounded teenager who often served as the voice of reason within the family. She was 11 years old when she began filming in 1984, bringing a calm confidence and relatable presence to the screen. Born on August 1, 1973, she is now 51 years old. Her character resonated with audiences for her intelligence, wit, and down-to-earth nature, helping to redefine how young black girls were seen on television. After the series, Bledsoe continued to act in various sitcoms, talk shows, and television movies, while also earning a degree in finance from New York University. Known for her thoughtful approach to fame and her preference for a private life, she has made selective appearances over the years, including hosting her own daytime show and lending her voice to animated series. While she never sought the spotlight aggressively, her impact remains significant, a reminder that subtle strength and steady presence can leave a lasting legacy. Sabrina Le Beauf brought poise, maturity, and quiet confidence to her role as the eldest daughter, portraying a young woman navigating college, relationships, and independence. She was 26 years old when she began filming in 1984, nearly a decade older than her character, but her composed presence made the role entirely believable. Born on March 21, 1958, she is now 67 years old. Before joining the cast, she earned a master's degree from the Yale School of Drama, reflecting her strong foundation in classical acting. Though she kept a lower profile after the series ended, she remained active in theater, especially with the Shakespeare Theatre Company, where she received critical acclaim. Known for valuing the craft over celebrity, she largely stayed away from Hollywood's spotlight, choosing meaningful artistic work instead. Her performance left a lasting impression for its grace and depth, and she continues to be respected for her intelligence, talent, and commitment to the stage. Geoffrey Owens delivered a memorable performance as a bright, slightly awkward, and good-hearted young man who brought humor and heart to the later seasons. He was 24 years old when he joined the cast in 1985, adding a new dynamic as the endearing boyfriend turned husband of the eldest daughter. Born on March 18, 1961, he is now 64 years old. A graduate of Yale University, Owens had a strong background in theater before transitioning to television. After the series, he continued acting on stage and in supporting roles on TV, often praised for his thoughtful and disciplined approach to performance. In 2018, he drew widespread attention after being photographed working at a grocery store, a moment that sparked national conversation about dignity, work, and the realities of life as an artist. Owens responded with humility and grace, earning public admiration and a wave of support that led to new acting opportunities. His journey reflects resilience, quiet strength, and deep respect for his craft. Erika Alexander brought intelligence, sharp wit, a refreshing dose of realism to her role as a confident young law student who challenged expectations with both humor and insight. She was 20 years old when she joined the cast in its later seasons, instantly standing out with her bold presence and dynamic energy. Born on November 19, 1969, she is now 55 years old. Though she gained early recognition through this role, it was just the beginning of a multifaceted career. Alexander later achieved major success as Maxine Shaw on the acclaimed series Living Single, further solidifying her place as a standout talent in television. Beyond acting, she's become a writer, producer, and outspoken activist, co-creating comic books and speaking on issues like racial justice and political reform. Very known for her intellect and fearless voice, she has carved out a powerful space both on and off screen. Her early role helped launch a journey defined by creativity, advocacy, and lasting cultural impact. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this look back at the cast of The Cosby Show and the incredible journeys they've taken since the series ended. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Huxtable moments in the comments below. Until next time, take care and keep the laughter, love, and legacy of this unforgettable family alive.